Alright, we're over here, it's Wednesday, and I'm at my local comic store, Newcastle Comics. I'm gonna go in here, and I'm gonna get my weekly. Alright, there goes the shelf of all the new weeklies. And here's what I was telling you about, the new villain covers that came out this week. And only getting one Marvel comic because of that. That's the new Deadpool I'm going to be getting. And they even have the new Sons of Anarchy. I can't find it right now. But I don't have to take this off the shelf because I already got these comic books waiting for me up there. Let's go up there right now. Hey, Galvin, how's it going?
It's going.
He pretty much runs this whole place. And then that guy over there, that's Paul. Say, hey, Paul, how's it going?
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
All right. So, you got my weeklies for this week?
Yep.
All right. All right, all bagged and board, and ready to go. That's what I'm going to be getting. We'll talk about those later. So, yeah. So, Galvin, who's your favorite superhero?
If I had to pick, probably Batman.
Why is that?
Because Batman's cool.
Okay, that's good enough reason. So we can talk about this or not. What do you think about the Flash?
Flash is dumb.
Why is the Flash dumb?
Because he's dumb. Nothing works with the Flash. Everything about Flash is dumb.
Okay, now. Because, there you go.
One of your powers is vibrating. No. One of your powers is being a sex toy. And he's really fast. So, it's like all sorts of innuendos.
Explain what happens when if you punch somebody.
His arm would shatter.
Exactly. And that's going to be, there's a lot of hate mail coming towards my YouTube show, so thank you, Galvin.
As long as they directed at you, and not my awesome everything about me is great.
Alright. Now, Newcastle's second-hand man is Paul. Here's Paul. Hey, Paul.
Newcastle's nobody cares about.
So, who's your favorite superhero?
I'd probably have to say The Thing.
The Thing? Why do you like The Thing? What's so special about him?
He's a relatable character. He's got an interesting power that's also limiting. He's not overblown like the Hulk or Superman. He can only do so much. He looks really cool in a fedora and trench coat. And he's been the center point of a lot of really classic Fantastic Four stories.
Alright. I see you got a lot of ink on you more than any comic books. You got any special tattoo you like to show off right now?
Well, I do have two comic book ones. I have Milk and Cheese,
Evan
Evan Dorkin's comic, and then Drinky Crow, which is very shortly a
That's cool.
Adult Swim cartoon.
Alright. Alright, that's Paul. He'll be with us for the rest of the day. And we'll have more about him later when we talk about comic movies and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to have a good read. And I'll get back to you later. Alright. So I just bought my comics and this is my daily weekly. Usually, all Marvel gets my money, but since DC's got to do the 52 Bad Guy comic books, I got all those. Those are all 11 of this week's issue. Minus the one I'm just going to get later because I just cared to get it because I'm going to get all 52. Alright, I'm going to start off with my favorite Deadpool, and I'll tell you what I think later. Alright. One. Alright, I just finished all my comic books. Before I leave, we're going to have another talk with Paul, one of their best men working at Newcastle Comics, and he's gonna tell us. We talked about what his best superhero is, but who's his least favorite superhero? Who's your least favorite superhero, Paul?
I would probably have to say Wolverine.
Wolverine's your least favorite, because why?
I like Wolverine, but I think Wolverine he's the everyman in all the wrong ways. They want to shove him into 18 different books, 1,000 different situations, and in doing that so, they ruin the relatability of a character. They can't keep the timeline straight. And he's written too vaguely by too many writers. And he's a character that is extremely overexposed. And his stories have no necessary cohesion, especially between books. In one he's a headmaster, in the other he's the leader of a death squad. In one he's got no mutant powers because he had contact with an alien ray gun. It's something that just, it's everything that's wrong in many ways with the business aspect of American comics.
Very, very interesting, and thank you for that really opinionated, detailed, and looking forward to seeing you at Project Comic Con. It starts on the 21st and the 22nd. Get your tickets today at Newcastle Comics. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. That's in 2 weeks. And if you saw in the background Chris doing his little dance earlier. Chris, do you want to tell us who's your favorite superhero?
I don't have any favorite superheroes.
He's in the background. So, well, he doesn't have one. I hear he likes Venom a whole lot. Nope. And so, yeah, he just comes over here just to bring us torment.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
That's right.
Is what he's all about.
Why read somebody else's superheroes when you can make your own?
Any words of wisdom before we go, Paul?
Read more independence.
Alright. Okay, hey. I'm back from the comic store. I showed you what I was going to read. I read them at the comic store and we're back. And now let's discuss. Okay. Like we told you before, all month DC's just doing the villains. Now, the Riddler just came out. This is, for this week, this is my favorite read. It's the Riddler, and it tells a story. Riddler is a guy that holds a grudge. And it tells a story how 4 years ago, this guard took away his playing cards because he said he's not supposed to have cards because he's the Riddler. And 4 years later, Riddler busts in Wayne Manor's tower just so he could blow off the guard's arm, the arm who took his cards, because Riddler, holds a grudge. He didn't go in there to mess with the security or try to take over something. He just want to blow off the security guard's arm because he took his cards 4 years ago, and it's just a really good read. Now this is the worst of all of them. This is the Lobo comic, which is also in 3D. Apparently, they say this is the Lobo we all know and love, but inside here is a skinny Lobo, and he does the Lobo things, killing people on different planets, being a bounty hunter, yada yada yada, and then claims this is an imposer Lobo. And I'm like, really? That's what you got? So yeah, this one sucks ass. So, you can save your money on this one. Now this is a Trigon. Trigon took over 3 planets, and this is the story how he took over one of those 3 planets. It's a pretty good read too. This is Harley Quinn running errands for the Secret Society and trying to get them together and doing Harley Quinn stuff. It's a pretty good read also. And this is also a 3D cover. This is General Zod. Remember from Man of Steel? This is when how he grew up as a little boy, and he he made these monsters, and his dad said he should, he needed to, destroy these monsters, and he did it anyways, and grew crazy, and a whole bunch of jungle survivor story, all that. Just him playing with his monsters and killing people. This is Brainiac, and how Brainiac grew up. It's a really good story too. Now this is Reverse Flash. It's a pretty decent read, and it's just about Reverse Flash and how he, is now getting more powerful and joining the secret society. And I haven't read these two, but I still, they're really good reads, and like I said, I'm going to get all 52 issues. This is Mr. Freeze, and it shows how he's can just touch somebody and freeze them. And, well, I can tell you about the rest of them, but you need to just go get them and see them. This is my Deadpool, the second part of him being captured by Weapon X and breaking out. And this is the first issue of Mars Attacks versus Judge Dredd. Now, there's two covers, but I like this one better because he's all like, which one is going to make a move first? And I'm like, yeah. And this is Frank Miller's RoboCop. The first one was pretty good, and this one still hadn't let me down. Now, that's all we got for today. I came up with a new title when I was at the comic store, and now it's Jason Comic Book Basement. And so, until next time, keep on going to the comic store and getting me weekly. And this is Jason Kuhl telling you, yeah, that's what's up.